Magnetic properties of a conductor carrying current. Till 18th century, people thought that electricity and magnetism are of different phenomena. But after the discovery of electromagnet, they started to look at the relation between electricity and magnetism. That is called as electromagnetism. Here the branch of physics which deals with the relation between electricity and magnetism is called as electromagnetism. Physics means that is a type of science in which we will learn about force, speed, matter, time and all these. Oersted experiment to show magnetic effect of current. Here the name of the scientist Hans Christian Oersted. He discovered that current carrying wire produces magnetic field. Now we are going to see the Oersted experiment. At first he took a magnetic needle and pivoted on its stand like this, and he connected the circuit with a dry cell and switch with a variable resistance and connected this with the copper wire. Here mark the copper wire as A and B and keeping this wire AB above parallel to the magnetic needle. It must be in parallel. And now the current flows from south to north direction. At first, it is observed that when the current flows from the south to north direction, the north pole of the magnetic needle shows deflection, movement towards the west. Here they have given the directions west, east, south, north. So here north, south, and this is west and this is east. When the current flows from south to north direction, the north pole of the magnetic needle shows deflection towards the west. When they increase the magnitude of current means value of current, magnitude of current, again the north pole of the magnetic needle shows deflection towards the west only. Next, they are keeping the conductor below the magnetic needle. Here they have given the diagram like this. Here this is the copper conductor, here this wire. Now they are keeping this copper conductor below the magnetic needle and the current flows from south to north direction. At the time, the north pole of the magnet needle moves towards the east side. In figure 14.30c, here they are keeping the copper conductor above the magnetic needle, but the current flows from the north to south direction. Now the north pole of the magnetic needle deflected towards the east. In figure 14.30d, here they are keeping the conductor below the magnetic needle and the current flows from the north to south direction. North pole of the magnetic needle deflected towards west. Look at all 14.30a, b, c and d figure. From this, we come to know that current carrying wire produces magnetic field and the direction of the current changes makes the direction of the magnetic field also reversed. Conclusions from Oersted's experiment. First one, whenever current is passed through conductor, straight conductor, here copper wire, this is the conductor here, it behaves like a magnet. Second one, when we increase the magnitude of the current, the magnetic effect also increases. Third one, the magnetic field set up by the conductor is right angle to the direction of the flow of current. Last one, the direction in which the north pole of the magnetic needle moves depends upon the direction of the current as well as the position of the conductor, whether it may be above or below. Making magnet with the help of electric current. For this, take an iron nail of 8 cm long and wind it, that means cover it with insulated copper wire, and connect both the ends to the dry cell, one with positive terminal and another one with negative terminal. Before connecting the wires, remove the insulation material from here and hold the copper wire at the terminals of the cell with cello tape. Now bring this setup near the iron paper clips which is placed on the table. You can observe that these iron paper clips attracted by the iron nail. It proves that the iron nail changes into magnet when the current flows through this dry cell to the iron nail. Now remove the wire from the dry cell. All the iron paper clips fall down. This proves that the iron nail behaves like a magnet as long as the current flows around it. Here, this is otherwise called as electromagnet. A coil with the core of iron nail or an iron bar which acts like a magnet. When electric current flows through it, it is called as electromagnet. When we switch off the current, it loses its magnetism, and this is the temporary magnet. Meanwhile, it has been found that when more current flow through the coil, the electromagnet is more powerful. Likewise, if the number of turns in the coil is more, which makes the electromagnet more powerful. How to make permanent magnet? We can make permanent magnet with the help of steel or alnico. Alnico means alloy of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. Here in temporary magnet, in electromagnet, we are winding the insulated copper wire around the iron nail and connected to the dry cell. Instead of this iron nail, if we use steel or alnico, we can make permanent magnet. Permanent magnets are helpful in making magnetic stickers, magnetic toys and magnetic compass, and it is used in electrical appliances like bell, fan and motor, and then it is used in electrical generator, and then in television for deflecting electron beam of picture tube, and then it is used for the separation of iron ores and helps in preparing the permanent magnet, and used by doctors to cure some diseases like arthritis and healing wounds. Electric bell. Now we are going to learn parts of electric bell. Here electric bell is the direct application of electromagnet. At first electromagnet, this is the first part, and next armature, third one contact spring, next contact screw adjustment, and then hammer and gong. Electromagnet, armature, contact spring, contact screw adjustment, hammer and gong. At first electromagnet, here this is a soft iron rod which is bent in the form of U-shaped, and it is mounted on wooden reel 1, 2, 3, 4, and this electromagnet is wound by insulated copper wire, and one end of the insulated copper wire is connected to the terminal T1, and the other end of the insulated copper wire is connected to the end to the brass stud S. Second one, armature. Here armature is a soft iron bar which is suspended from the stud S. With the help of this flat spring, this armature faces the electromagnet poles. Third one, contact spring. Here it is flat, which is made up of steel and slightly bent and fixed to the armature with the help of these screws. The other end of the contact spring is attached to the contact point A, made up of silver cadmium alloy. Fourth one, contact screw adjustment. Here it consists of the brass pillar through which a brass screw is passed, and the tip of the screw is made up of silver cadmium alloy, which is get connected with the contact spring contact area A, which is also made up of silver cadmium alloy. These silver cadmium alloy contact point A and this contact screw adjustment B here prevents the oxidation due to sparking. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. Preventing this addition of oxygen due to sparking. And this contact screw adjustment can alter the frequency of the ringing bell. That means vibration of the ringing bell. And this brass pillar is connected to the terminal T2 by the copper wire. Last one, hammer and gong. Here the hammer is made up of steel and this hammer is attached to the armature, and the gong is made up of brass. When the bell operates, the hammer strikes the gong, thereby producing the sound. Terminal T1 and T2 of the electric bell are connected to the battery through the push button switch. Here when we switch on the button, the electric current flow from the battery reaches the T1 terminal and then to the electromagnet, where the electromagnet pulled the armature towards itself. Then the spring which connects the stud and armature comes under tension and made the hammer hit against the gong. Here at the point of contact area, the electric circuit breaks. Here there will be no attachment. It will break the circuit. However, it breaks the circuit, the electromagnet pulled the armature and hammer towards itself, and the hammer hits the gong. If the electric circuit breaks, the electromagnet gets demagnetized and cannot hold the armature, and the spring brings the armature to its original position. When again the electric current given by pressing the switch, the armature attracted by the electromagnet, and this rapid make and break of the electric circuit made the hammer hits the gong and produces the sound.